Hi, this is Ralph Harbison. We're continuing our discussion on goals and goal setting and achieving your goals. To recap quickly, we've already learned why we need goals and what a goal is. We learned how we set the goals, and then we learned how we create a plan or a system in order to achieve them. Now I'm going to give you a few helpful hints. These are things that you are going to need to do in order to best achieve your goals. Because this one includes a point-by-point helpful hint list, I strongly recommend you actually read the blog post for today and download the PDF file. If you don't want to do that, I will display the hints at the end of this video for a little while so that you can copy them down. Okay? These are not all of the helpful hints that I can and will give you for setting goals. This is just a few of them to kind of help you get it all figured out a little bit. To learn more about goal setting, you really are going to need more in-depth education on it than I can provide in a series of 5 to 10 minute videos or blog posts. I would rather tell you that all you need to do is go online, but it really doesn't work that way. Goal setting, especially for someone who isn't experienced at it or very good at it, takes a lot of help because we as human beings tend to try to shy away from the difficult and tend to try to shy away from admitting that we are part of the problem. That's really honest, it's kind of heavy, but it is also the truth, and it's something I wanted to relay to you. Now, back to the helpful hints. Hint number 1, write your goal down. Exactly like it says. Write the goal down. And when I say write the goal down, I don't mean, for example, back to my earlier examples that we've been using, paint bedroom. No, that's not enough. You need to write it down in a certain way. You need to use the first person, or if you're in a group, you need to use the inclusive first person. And then you need to use a positive action word. I will paint my bedroom. I will do this by, and then the date. So it needs to be a sentence, first person. I will paint my bedroom by the end of this month. That's the first helpful hint. Seems kind of strange that that actually helps, but it does. It engages parts of your brain that will want to force you to make that a reality because you've made the commitment on paper. The second helpful hint that I'm going to give you applies to goals that are process-driven, the longer-term ones. You do the same things, but you write it down using certain other terms. For example, if your goal is to make $300,000 next year, you write down, I enjoy, I love, I am happiest when. Okay, something like that. Positive action. It reflects that this is a part of you that you are the best at. So, I enjoy making $300,000 a year doing, and then list whatever your job is or whatever you're trying to do to make it. Now, because this is a process-driven goal, you need to write that down more than once. You need to write it down a few times. In fact, write it down 20, 25 times a day, more than once. You write this down and it, again, forces your brain to acknowledge that this is the reality in which you're going to live. I enjoy making $300,000 a year doing this job. Now, don't write this job. Write whatever it is you're trying to make $300,000 a year in. Okay? So that's helpful hint number 1. You write it down. Write it down in a sentence. Helpful hint number 2. And this is something that a lot of people shy away from because they feel silly doing it. But this honestly works. It is honestly a wonderful thing to do. You make a dream board. A dream board is a display board in which you put down your goals. For example, $300,000. You find $300,000, put it there. But also put the things that you want to do with that $300,000. So on your dream board, you may have your new house, and it needs to look like a house you want. You'll put your vacation destinations, and it needs to be where you really want to go. You put down the things that are important that you're going to do with that money. That is your dream. Now, what about the dreams that aren't money driven? More time with your family. Put a picture of your family up there. More community involvement. Put pictures of your community and you being involved in it. Put whatever vision you see for your future on that dream board. Then you take the time to take a look at it and see for yourself what you can do and need to do in order to make that happen. Step number 3. You remember how I told you write your goals down and you put your sub-goals in it? Take those sub-goals, take those goals, put them on index cards. On the front of the index card, you put an image. On the back of the index card, you put that statement. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy having a lake house. Picture the lake house on the front. I enjoy having a lake house on the back. Look at those pictures and read those affirmations on the back 3 times a day. Carry them around with you. Take a look at it anytime you can. Those 2 activities, the dream board and then the cards, they help with your visualization. The best athletes in the world, the best public speakers in the world use visualization all the time. Astronauts use visualization all the time. They see what is going to happen in their mind. They play out what is going to happen in their mind. At the last Winter Olympics, there was a bobsledder, or you can actually see all of them, but one of the better ones did this. You can actually watch her doing the same motion that she's going to do on the track. It was fascinating. It was visualization. She was playing that track in her head before she ever got onto it, and her muscle memory was responding to it. That's part of what all this is. All right, now, the 4th helpful hint that I'm going to give you to achieving your goals. You've already written them down. You've already created your dream board. You've already got your cards where you remind yourself every day. Is to periodically stop and assess where you are in your process. How close are you to the goal? Personally, I like to do that every night. I actually keep a journal at night where I write down what have I done, what did I not do, how close am I, how far am I from achieving my goals. I also write down whether or not I consider the day to be a win, a loss, or a tie. A win being I gained ground on my goals, a loss being I lost ground on my goals, and a tie being I did exactly what I was supposed to do. Daily is hard. Daily requires a lot of self-analysis. Weekly is a little bit easier. Remember, your best goals are going to be measurable. Your long-term goals tend to flow into a process a little better. A process has to be measurable. You should be able to say at any point in time how close you are to achieving your goals. When I work with real estate agents, and when I was in real estate agents, it was very common for me to ask, what's your goal this year? And sometimes they could tell me, sometimes they couldn't. Then I would ask, how close are you to your goal? You would be shocked at how many couldn't answer that. Now, if your goal is to sell 10 houses, at any point in time you should know how many houses you have sold, how many houses you have listed, how many houses you have under contract. I mean, that's your job, is to list and sell those houses or to work with buyers to buy houses. There's no reason you should not know exactly how close you are to your goal. But you'd be surprised how many people don't have a clue. Part of the reason for that is because they really don't have a goal in the first place. Remember, the goal is the desired outcome. The goal includes the plan to achieve that outcome, and the goal includes you working that plan to achieve that outcome. What those agents have is a dream of selling 10 houses. They don't really have that as a goal. They do not really have the plan, and they are not working the plan to make that happen. So writing down where you stand ensures that you are working your plan to make that goal a reality. Now, the last helpful hint that I'm going to give you is one that's kind of personal. Now, I don't mean personal as in this is something from my heart. I mean it's personal, that's intrinsic inside of each and every one of us. Do not let negative people derail your plan. Don't. If someone gets negative about your goal, if someone gets negative about your plan, cut them out of it. Do not share it with them. Sometimes you cannot cut the person out of your life. Sometimes you're going to have people that you're attached to who are negative, who are not going to be any help to you achieving your goals. Just ignore them on your goals. Don't include them in it. Eventually they will come around. So those are the helpful hints. They're not all the helpful hints I can give you. They don't even touch the tip of the iceberg. But it's 5 solid good ones for you to work with. Okay. So next week what we're going to talk about is the encapsulation of the entire program. From start to finish, setting a goal, and then working on the plan with the helpful hints. Then the step after that is going to be the actual, I have achieved my goal, now what? Because most people do not plan to succeed. They might plan to fail, but they do not plan to succeed. As always, thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, feel free to visit RalphHarbison.com for more helpful hints and see how I can help you or your business. Contact me at Ralph@RalphHarbison.com. Thanks a lot and have a nice day.